is to get him life imprisonment without the eligibility of parole at any point in his life.
Right now at 6, a no contest plea for Jacob LaRosa in Trumbull County Court today. Now prosecutors will work to make sure he never gets out of prison. Good evening, I'm Mandy Noel.
I'm Dave Sess. Our news crew was headed to court for what we thought was day 2 of Jacob LaRosa's trial. But instead, we learned the now 18-year-old wanted to plead no contest in the death of 94-year-old Maribel Castro. First News reporter Nadine Grimley was in court and also talked to a neighbor who was supposed to be a witness in the case. Nadine has her top story tonight at 6.
Instead of continuing the process of selecting a jury, Jacob LaRosa entered a plea.
No contest.
These jurors were no nonsense and weren't going to mess around.
And Judge Wyatt McKay found him guilty of the charges, including aggravated murder, aggravated burglary, aggravated robbery, and attempted rape, all in connection to the brutal beating death of his 94-year-old neighbor Maribel Castro back in March of 2015.
This was just a horrific crime scene and a horrific bludgeoning of a woman that by all accounts was a wonderful woman. Certainly no one, let alone Mrs. Bel Castro, deserved the ending that she got to her life.
She was a nice woman. I mean, she'd give anything to anybody.
Many of Bel Castro's neighbors, like Charles Winwood, were preparing to take the stand this week for trial. Video from his surveillance cameras were going to be entered as evidence in the case.
It happened to be our video cameras that caught him in the alleyway that day.
Now that LaRosa has been convicted of the crime and booked into the Trumbull County Jail, prosecutors are busy preparing for what they call the real battle in this case.
We're going to prepare now for the sentencing hearing, and like I said, our goal is to get him life imprisonment without the eligibility of parole at any point in his life.
Now the sentencing phase of this case begins on April 5th. LaRosa could spend the rest of his life behind bars. Outside the Trumbull County Courthouse, Nadine Grimley, WKBN 27 First News.